The Jagannarii Women's Centre in Whitechapel is almost directly opposite the East London Mosque. Most of the women who come here live on these streets. They're Muslim and a lot of them are Bengali. That means that they come from one of the poorest, most traditional groups in the capital. And here at the Jagannarii Centre they learn everything from English to Tai Chi. But even the name is controversial. Jagannarii means women wake up. And when the director of the centre, Nurjahan Khartoum, started a cycling project, some of the men thought that women were going to be woken up far too much.
Like they even said like women shouldn't be driving. Imagine them on bikes. Whoa. Being a driver is more dominant, like, rather than a feminine thing, you know what I'm saying?
When you sit, you're moving. English woman, they could do that. But for a Muslim person, it's a big difference. You stimulate yourself with that. If they want to stimulate with that, they might as well go to a man.
Nurjahan Khartoum has heard all these objections before. The women who take part face an uphill battle because of their sex, their religion and their culture.
I think you're going to get cultural opposition to the cycling project. There's one that's cross-cultural from men. It's like the way they think women are bad drivers. Women can't be very good cyclists either. But then there's a cultural factor, I think, where our men are not used to seeing women being proactive out in the public in that way.
Starting position. Okay, good.
The women waiting for their afternoon cycling lesson are dressed in full-length hijabs. So the organisers have tried to make the project as comfortable as possible.
Good.
There are special orange bikes with low crossbars to make riding easier, and of course all the instructors are women. Training takes place in a small private courtyard, but some of the women still feel uncomfortable. Perina is one of the older women taking part, but she sees cycling as a private hobby.
She feels it's more about exercise, that's her interest with it, not more about going in the public. If it's secluded, like inside the Jagannarii Centre, she's happy with it, but with regards to going out, she probably wouldn't be so comfortable with it.
Well done. Okay.
Haneen is 20. She came to Britain from Iraq in the 1990s, and last week she sat on a bike for the first time.
The first time I said, oh my god, I can't do it, it's so hard to ride on it. But after that, I've done it. Yeah. I just said to myself, go Haneen, I will do it.
Today is Haneen's second lesson, and her instructor says she's so good she's ready to go on the organised ride. But Haneen is worried about what her father and fiancé will say.
Well, I didn't tell him. I think at the first time he will mind, but I'll tell him. Yeah. Even in my country as well, they do ride some girls' bikes. Okay, nothing wrong. But they're Christian. The one who rides bike, they're Christian, they're not Muslims.
Each woman decides if she wants to ride outside the centre. For Nurjahan Khartoum, the goal is to get women on the roads and into view, making these women more confident and influential in their community.
The Jagannarii Cycle Project tackles a number of key themes. It's about healthy living, it's about a different form of transport, it's also about, to some extent, freedom. There's no doubt these women play a very important role within the household. And from the household you get the younger generation and the older generation. And if you can build their confidence and influence them in public life, I think they would have far greater regeneration effects. You know, there's a quote. It says, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. And if you educate a lady, you educate a family. And in that group context, that is very relevant.